Hello there and welcome back to the channel. So here and today is Wednesday, December 14, and we have Dr. T Volcano Island on our archipelago. I'm so glad to have you back. And as you can see, I have my warriors loaded. I took down Dr. T using my warriors. I used them yesterday after an operation attack. I was fully boosted and I cleared my map. I hadn't done that like in a week or a couple weeks actually. So I cleared my map completely yesterday and I just kept them loaded thinking I was going to use them today for Dr. T, and I did. So I want to share with you what I did and how I did. So yeah, let's go ahead for stage one. So here we go, stage one. I mean, I just landed two boats and I just let my troops go rampant. The only thing I did was actually flare to the middle in between the rocket launchers and the mortar so that they would split out. So that a single rocket launcher wouldn't hit all of them at the same time in case some sort of freak thing happened and my troops were just to die. So, I mean, if you're a low level player and you have warriors unlocked, you can do this, no problem. You can see my guys lost maybe 10% of the health. Yes, these warriors are maxed, but I'm pretty sure that if you are a low level player, you're going to be able to take down this stage. No problem using warriors the same way I did. So let's take a look at stage two. Again, I just landed two troops here. There's a lot of free GBE that you can take advantage of on the right corner of the map. I'm just gonna land two boats right off the bat right there, and I'm just gonna let them rip through there. In part was a test. I wanted to see how much damage that machine gun would be able to do, which at the end it didn't turn out to be a lot. One of the troops actually lost, I want to say maybe half of the health now in combination with the rocket launcher hits that he received. Now, that warrior would have been able to finish off that flamethrower by itself. He would probably have lost a little bit more health and maybe have died because of the sniper tower. So that's why I decided to smoke them in. I let those troops finish going that way. Now all of them together are going to be able to take on the flamethrower and the sniper tower alone by themselves really easily. And now I just flare to the HQ, and even before my troops have time to get there, the rest of the troops that had gone around actually finish taking the HQ. So stage two, really easily. Going to the right side. If you think you're going to have trouble with the machine gun, just GBE it out and then just go from there. So let's take a look at stage three. Again, I landed two boats. I lost one warrior. I don't know exactly when or how that happened. But again, I destroyed with GBE the two shock launchers. I think a low level player should be able to do that. I actually didn't see this one until it was already too late. But you have 1, 2, 3. You have 4 crates here, so that's 12 3B. You have 2 more here if you're feeling adventurous and want to let them spread out a little bit, or maybe attack from the bottom and then flare to the right and then go up and above. That could be an option. Of course, I'm on purpose not using not my full force and not using shocks, mainly because low-level players do not have access to shocks. So I want to show you that it's possible to just swarm with the warriors. The defenses that you have on the stages 1 to 2 to 3 are not very hard. They're not going to be able to do a lot of damage. And this is when I noticed the shock launcher. I was like, oh crap. So I think I launched a career pack. So I sort of, how do you say it? I sort of went against my word of not using stuff that low level players don't have for the lower level or the lower stages of Dr. T. But I sort of freaked out seeing the shock launcher. So I'm still not sure. Maybe that's where I lost the warrior on that mines right there. But after this, I flew to the corner, let everybody gather around the HQ, destroy what they need to destroy, and then these stages went down. Having a little bit of fun and not using smoke and shocks like you usually do with warriors. Because for me, I know that I didn't start using warriors until I unlocked the shock launcher. Fine, honest. So here we go, stage 4. This time I landed 3 votes, 3 votes of warriors, and now this time I decided you could have gone straight up. I mean, no problem using whatever energy you have. But I decided to take advantage of all that free GB, show you an alternative. Now I made 2 mistakes. I should have placed that flare closer to this building, to that building right there. Not putting it there actually caused my troops to diverge and go towards the machine gun and go to the flamethrower. The second error was flaring directly to one of the structures, because you had some troops down here. Once that structure was destroyed by the troops that were closer to it, then the troops went back into spreading mode. So it took me 3 flares to get it right, which I finally did. All of them then started going nicely around. You know, even though my guys were getting hit by those cannons, none of them died, which was actually pretty surprising to me. Meaning that those cannons were not doing a lot of damage. Now here I'm going to be using smoke and shocks. I think stage 4 is a pretty appropriate place to start using it. And you're going to see, now that I'm the HQ, I'm going to shock here, send some critters and shock on the other side and call it good. For those of you who are thinking, I have 92 GBE base, I have 3 GBE statues, 3 troop damage statues, and 2 troop health statues. And that's my offensive layout. And I also have a power stone chance and a resource reward statue that I'm still using a lot. Now that I finished upgrading, my tanks are on the last level. All that I have left is just upgrading the medkit on the armory, and that's about it. I'll probably drop the resource reward statue for another. It's either going to be a troop damage, another troop damage, or another GBE statue. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think I should drop it to? So let's go to stage 5. This time I landed 4 boats of warriors, and actually no, 6 boats of warriors, and I did ended up smoking and shocking to the HQ, but not before I actually landed all my troops here in the middle, because all that splash damage, and yes, they're gonna hit my troops, but not more than once in 5 seconds. So then I just let them rip through there. I'm gonna earn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 crates of free energy. So that's 33 free energy that you're gonna get. You see me there. I'm gonna then smoke to the crate. I almost lost a warrior, so I'm gonna get to the HQ, and I'm gonna make sure I don't lose any. So I'm gonna heal them up. Why not? I had the free GBE. I gathered all that free GBE, and now it's just a matter of shocking here on the left, shocking on the bottom, and some critters, and that's about it. Blammo. So there we go. Stage 5 just went down. A really easy stage, if I may say so. I still had a bunch of free of GBE left, so it's a very doable stage for you guys if you decide to use warriors today. So let's take a look at stage 6. This time I landed all my troops. I still had troops loading at that point, so that's why you see a 62. But I landed all my 8 boats this time. Now, the route that I'm going to take is I'm going to clear the path. So I'm going to clear the path, and I'm going to anchor to that shock launcher, flare to that mortar, and then move diagonally towards the HQ. So I'm right now clearing the path to where I think my guys are going to end up going, just to make sure that I don't lose 4 to 5 warriors due to a boom mine. All right, so here we go. We're about ready to launch. Come on. Here we go. Now flaring to the mortar. 3 smoke should be fine. Now you see that last smoke was a little bit offset towards the HQ. That way I'm going to minimize the number of flares that I end up using. That's it. We're on the HQ. Now we just need to protect for this shock launcher, which is the most critical part. So I'm going to send a critter pack, shock, and shock. I ran out of energy. I don't have anything else. So now it's just a matter of watching the HP of the HQ go down. And go down it does. So far, guys, I've been loading my troops as I lose them, but overall, I didn't lose any significant number of troops. The only significant loss of troops happens on stage 7. At this time, I was fully loaded. Landed all my 8 boats, so 64 warriors in total. Ended up losing 24, so a little bit less than little bit over a third of my force essentially ended up perishing. So here you see me clearing up the mines around it. There were a couple of boom mines that you most definitely need to remove before you decide going. Now, if I may suggest, this mine right there, you need to also clear, because, or at least if you anchor to the same position. I'm going to anchor to this flamethrower right here, and then go directly to the HQ. That caused my troops actually to spread out in a 3-column wide run, going from in between that flamethrower, boom cannon, and cannon, all the way into that corner where that boom mine is, and that cost me some troops. So let's show you here. Troops should be landing right now. There we go. One smoke to cover them in the landing, making sure that I don't lose any one of them during fire. Now, because I flare late or early, I lost some of my warriors due to a cannon fire. And there you see that group on the extreme right actually triggered that boom mine. I lost a few guys there. Now at this point I lost track. Time was running out and I lost track of what I wanted to do. In any case, I just improvised, shock the launcher, shock whatever's on the bottom, and shock whatever's on the top, drop some critters, and boom, the HQ goes down. I mean, if you're gonna do this, don't follow my shocks. I would most definitely shock that shock launcher, but then figure out what can damage your guys. Make sure you shock that flamethrower. Make sure you shock the machine gun that was on the right, left upper side, and then go from there. The HQ only has about 300 and something thousand HP, so today's Dr. T was pretty easy for the warriors. I'm not saying it's not going to be easy for the other troops, but for warriors at least, it was pretty easy. I managed to take it down in less than an hour of play. Actually, let's see how long it took. So 1 hour when it started, and it ended up 26 minutes. So in less than 40 minutes, I ended up taking the entire base. And there was a big gap. You can see here there was a gap of almost half an hour, or almost 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes between stage 6 and stage 7. Well, guys, that's about it. I'm pretty excited today. Our task force actually beat all 7, not all 7 stages. Our task force today, we managed to beat dead end for the second time in our history. This time in 32 attacks. So I may make video of this today. So if you're interested, drop me a comment on the comment section, and I'll make the video today if I get a good enough feedback. In any case, guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope this helped you. If it did, smack that like button, smack that subscribe button. Leave me a couple comments if you did too. Also, there's a couple of videos that you may be interested in, so make sure you watch them. In any case, that's all I have for you guys today. Solid checking out.